right, we've talked about quite a bit so far today. Now let's talk about your automobile and how important it is to keep your car organized. Well, why is it important to have a well-organized automobile? It's your second office, right? You spend a lot of time in your car. It's also the first impression that people may get of you when they're getting into your car. Clients will have more confidence in you when they see that your car is organized and clean and neat. You'll always be ready for those last-minute appointments. And remember, it's a direct reflection on you. Have you ever gotten into someone's car that is messy and smells from yesterday's fast food? What's the first thing you want to do? You want to get out of it, right? Well, you don't want your clients feeling that way if you've got appointments scheduled all day. Okay? You're going to be less stressed because you can operate effectively away from your office, just like you can in your office. Well, there's 3 things that I would recommend that you invest in to getting your car organized. First, an automobile organizer, a survival kit, and then a reliable ice chest. Now I'm going to show you a sample of what an automobile organizer looks like. This is the one that I happen to use for my car, and it fits right in the front seat. It has some attachments here that slide into your seat to prevent the car organizer from sliding forward and moving around. It has a spot for everything that I need when I'm away from my office. So in here, it has all my brochures, my client files, and be careful with your client files that you adhere to your company policy regarding client confidentiality. It also has a magazine that I know that I want to read when I've got some downtime. It has more filing sections. I put in here a menu of one of my local restaurants that I really enjoy. So if I'm running late and I don't have time to make dinner, I can just call in a quick order. I have napkins, towelettes, and then inside here is all my office supplies, pens, business cards, whatever I tend to use on a daily basis. I also have mints, I have gum, a little calendar, my sunglass cleaner, and of course that cell phone charger that you can never seem to find. And it has a great place for waters or sodas as well. So again, it's a minimal investment, but you don't want to be trying to move all the papers out of your front seat when someone gets into your car, right? Because all you're doing is you're shuffling papers, you're gathering them up, and then they end up in your back seat. And then if someone needs to get in your back seat, you're grabbing all those papers up, you're trying to look organized, and you're throwing them in your trunk. This makes you appear organized. You will be organized, and all you have to do is you just unlatch it, you lift it up, and move it into the back seat or your trunk. Very convenient. And again, these are just suggestions that I keep in mind, and customize it according to how you work and how you work away. But the key is to be organized. It's going to be a direct reflection on you, and your clients are going to feel like, wow, she or he really knows what they're doing. Okay? The next item is a survival kit. All right? And again, you can buy a trunk box. It's actually called a trunk organizer, and it has Velcro on the bottom so it doesn't slide all over your trunk. And put these items in this box. All right? These are, again, just suggestions, things that I have found to be useful. You may want to take a few minutes to jot some of these down. Okay, but then customize it based on what you see that you tend to use a lot. You're going to want a flashlight, right, to look up in those crawl spaces in the attic, extra batteries, a tape measure, a compass. Well, some people want to know whether their house has southern exposure. An east-facing house represents harmony. A calculator, digital camera, pens, pencils, highlighters, some extra hand sanitizer, handy wipes, Ziploc baggies, paper towels, bubbles for kids. It's an interesting item, isn't it? Well, think about it. You've been showing some buyers' houses all weekend long. It's Sunday afternoon. They've gone back to the house that they've seen on Saturday. They really like it. But now the couple needs to talk about some issues, and you kind of want to give them some private time, and they have their kids with them, right? So you're going to take those kids out to the nice fenced backyard, and you're going to hand them some bubbles to play with. So what are you accomplishing? Well, you're allowing that couple to have the time that they need to discuss their private issues, and the kids are in the backyard playing. And as the couple is sitting in the kitchen, they're looking out on the backyard and they see the kids playing outside. They start visualizing themselves in that house, and that house starts feeling like a home, right? It helps them make that decision. It helps them put themselves in that spot, and at the same time, you're occupying the kids so that the couple has a chance to discuss what they need to have. Okay, kids' Band-Aids, a color wheel. A color wheel comes in handy. Have you ever had a client who won't walk into a house because they don't like the color of the front door? I had that happen before. They did not like the color of the front door, and they would not walk into that house. So if you have a color wheel, you can put the color wheel up, show them how different that house looks with a different color of paint, a paint that they like, all right? And it gets them to look beyond the color of the paint on the wall. The same thing happens inside a home. Someone could be totally turned off by the color of the kitchen that they don't even want to take a step further into that home. Well, pull out your color wheel. Show them how nice that kitchen would look if it's painted in a color that they like. Okay, again, you're providing extra services to your client. You're going above and beyond what the average agent does. You're setting yourself apart. You're building your business towards getting those referrals, because people want to refer their friends to people that they like. All right, the ice chest we talked about. Make sure it's reliable and doesn't leak. All right, you want to keep cold waters and some snacks, pretzels, health protein bars, maybe some crackers, bananas. This is, again, you're going to pull out that client questionnaire form. You have asked them what kind of snacks they like, and you're going to customize your snacks based on your clients. You're going to also make sure they don't have any allergies, like towards peanuts or something. You don't want to include that in your package. But again, you're customizing it. This is their day. You're showing them around to look at what could possibly become their home. Make their snacks, okay? Customize it. Just a few words of caution, though. You kind of want to eliminate the chocolate. It tends to melt on those hot days. And also sticky foods. You don't want that sticky food getting all over your nice, clean seats. All right. We've talked about general organization, areas that cause frustration, filing systems for clients, how to build a referral-based business by keeping in touch with your clients, the automobile, and now let's talk about the home. Transform your house into a home. Think about that. It's a pretty powerful statement. How do you transform your house into a home? Well, do you really need more space, or do you just need to use your space more effectively? You ever hear yourself saying, I just don't have enough closet space? My cupboards aren't large enough? Well, let me show you some tips and some tricks on how to make your space used more effectively. First of all, before you can even start to organize, you need to understand why you are unorganized. Okay? Look at your behavior and take responsibility for it, and then commit to getting organized. But first, understand why you're unorganized. Okay, feeling overwhelmed? Well, you know what? Everybody does at times, and with a little help, you can regain control. Let's go through a little scenario and see if any of this sounds familiar. The kids want dinner. That big report is due tomorrow. The dust bunnies are plotting a revolt. The electric bill is due, or is that overdue? Your mother-in-law is coming for dinner on Saturday. And just where are those concert tickets that you bought last month? Well, first of all, the electric bill is due or overdue. That shouldn't really happen anymore, should it? Because we'll know exactly where to put it. The same that we talked about in your office with the 1 through 31 and the January through December files, set them up for your home as well. So when your bills come in, put them where they belong. And how about, and just where are those concert tickets you bought last month? Well, you're going to know where they are, right? Because if you bought them in January and the concert's not till February, when those tickets come in, where are they going to be? In your February file. So no more searching for lost documents.